Hi, all. Hi, Stoic. Thanks for coming on early. Just switch light off a bit bright now. I hope you're all well. Just going to talk a little bit about the type, really, don't get pushed into just having one, because we know what happens there. You'll just have one, and then it'll be a whole world of trouble. Whole world of trouble. It just starts off a chain reaction of one, then two, then three, then four, and by the end of the week, you're completely back on, aren't you? That's the problem. But I was anyway. Relapse is a killer, I think. That's why a lot of people say, keep off it and don't pick up the first drink, because the first drink will lead you, said, two, three, four more. And what I couldn't understand myself was how quickly I got addicted again. That makes sense. There was no, even after 8 years, there was no build up to it. I had one or two. Next week I had one or two, and then suddenly I was feeling really ill, and I couldn't stop. It was incredible how quickly it became a problem. Every time I relapsed, it became more of a problem. Blackstone, how are you? Was just watching a video about how to survive if you time travel to medieval times. Be difficult, wouldn't it? Most of us will have to toughen up and wise up to survive medieval times. Half the kids now can't even survive the central heating, the power shower, and a gym membership, and a phone provided by their parents. I don't know what's happened to society really. Listen, what was the answer to travel back? Yeah, probably easier than living now, wouldn't it? If you've got the strength to do it. Antonio, great to hear a fellow northeasterner. You're a great inspiration. Thanks. Where are you, Antonio? What area? I did live in London a long time, 20 odd years, but from Northumberland originally. The cold and frozen north, as they say. That's not good. I'm going to do these all the way to Christmas because I think it's important. It's on Washington, yeah. Sunderland way, isn't it? Yeah. Well, there is. I remember going here years ago. There was all like zones. It's not too far away then. Yeah, the Christmas thing was a massive pressure to drink, wasn't it? And you have to make sobriety, as I've said before, sobriety your priority now. You can't get down the wrong path by the wrong people. Hi Dylan, how are you doing? There's lagging a bit. Is that what that is? Is it because I just checked the signal? No, the signal's alright. Must be maybe the frozen north again. Is that any better? A little kick in actually. Maybe this computer's slow or something. So yeah, who's had the problems? Because I did have massive problems at Christmas years and years ago. So I always used to come back when I wasn't working, and family issues is no, and I used to just hide the drink and used to get hammered, but not to the point where I was falling over. But everyone I tell I had too much to drink. And it came a very emotional period for people as well. If you're not sober confident, as I am now, then people say just have one. It's Christmas. And many people are coming into the high street and say you're not drinking, still not drinking. No, just have one. Because why can't you have one? The Spanish Inquisition, all these crazy amounts of people who will ask you just have one. They don't understand you can't have one. Why can't you have one? One won't kill you, but they don't understand it would kill me. Until next time, wait if I'll find love before rehab next year, and not because of that. What if I find love? We find both people better, wouldn't it? But I think you've got to look at your sobriety before you start looking for love, to be honest. Because if you're not sober, or you're going to, there's danger of relapse, and the relationship will collapse very quickly. Because most people do not understand how problem drinkers operate. That's a decent expression, because we are different. We can't go to social events and have a glass of wine. We can't do this so-called normal stuff, can we? What we do is to live sober, enjoy life, and make sure that we put that behind us, really. But maybe just another few days, another couple of weeks, people will be out of the Maya, as it were, with the Christmas and New Year will be past, and things will get back to normal. Life is much easier at normal, if that makes sense, because there is so much pressure on people to get into this party mode. You know what I mean? And I just couldn't bear it anymore. Somebody give me a pill today, you can go, And I couldn't return even to social drinking because even then I was tired. I just felt that's hungover. I tell you, even when I was young, you know. However, those days are gone, and I'm not finished with that. That's when everyone understands that some people might drink a bit too much, but few people really understand what the problem drinker is. I totally agree. There's a massive difference between social drinking, moderate drinking, heavy drinking, and then we're dangerous drinkers, aren't we? Basically it. This Lou, good evening, Stephen. One too many and 1,000's not enough. Let's see one. Thanks, Lucy. That's true. You can't have even one. I don't even want to sniff it. I'll tell you a quick story here. Lanzarote, about 5 weeks with my fiance. I went to the. It was funny. It was an oldie there, Lanzarote, to get a few non-alcoholic beers, and I thought I travel quite a lot, and I thought, I recognise those cans. I've gotten back to the hotel, opened one, and I smelled it, and I knew it wasn't zero. I took it straight back. So not even one sniff. I'm not interested, you know. Antonio, the Gen Z often get criticised. One good thing is they're drinking less. It's a bit of a debating point. It's very socio-economic driven. That the poor kids are still drinking. The more well off have got good gym passes and they're snorting coke. So you know, there's still problems with alcohol. But I'll get your point. I'll take your point, Antonio. So, darling, I always advise to stay away from dating until you've been in recovery a good while. 6 months usually put your recovery above all else. Yeah, sobriety is your goal every day. That's the most important thing. It's like your heart ticking. You know, if sobriety stops, you're effed, to be honest. There's a lot of alcoholics that love addicts too. Yeah, maybe. Neil, how you doing, Neil? Richard's 8 days sober and training again. Great channel from Decent Guy. Thank you, Richard. Hope you're all there taking over and everything's good. And basically, I want you all to have a sober Christmas, you know, because you can't have a good time when you're drinking, can you? You know, that's the problem. I just want you all to be happy and healthy. That's the reason I started this, and it's got bigger, obviously, because you know it seems to be resonating with a lot of people. I didn't realise there were so many problem drinkers in the UK or in the world until I started this, but it's just a massive, massive problem, and I just wish it would. Wish people get it under control, but I couldn't get it under control. I'm stupid. I just want to. I want to make sure that anybody who can get sober does and stays sober. That's most important, isn't it? Which, 8 days sober, Richard. That's fantastic. Training again, great channel. Good, Neil. Urbanized Happy Monday. Yeah, they're very happy sober Monday, isn't it? Pixel 60 evening fellow abstainers. First sober Christmas in decades come up. Brilliant. It's great sober Christmas, isn't it? Really good. Really good. And I enjoy Christmas. At least you can have a lunch. Blackstone, be careful with the zeros. There was a video I saw of a bartender as a joke serving normal beer to a customer who asked for that's a good point. I've been to a couple of bars and I've got this pint which looked like a draft, and I've taken it back and said, is this zero? I am careful with it. I don't drink them all the time, you know, just the odd time. But I know what you're saying. There's a danger that you could get one, but I would know that from the taste, I think. I'm so sensitive to it now. Antonio, how bad do you think drinking culture in the Northeast compared to other places? Funny enough, I did a bit of study on this with a doctor friend of mine. Drinking is just as bad in the South, if not worse, but death rates are higher in the North. The reason being, it's socio-economic again. It's, you know, the South has better weather, less heavy industry, all this sort of thing. People are more wealthy in general in the South, and they tend to look after their health better. That's the reason, and that's from a consultant. So there is a lot of study being done into that. When the sort of lifespan of the Northeast is much lower than a lot of areas. Say Teesside, for example, Middlesbrough, that sort of thing, which is one of the lowest in the country. And you would think that, you know, suicide rate's very high in the Northeast as well. It's low in London, fair enough. It's bizarre, isn't it? Roger, Dylan, I live in Republic Island and there's people here with a lot of issues. Oh yeah, I totally agree. A lot of Irish used to drink in the bars in London in the 80s, 90s when massive construction on there. Big drinkers. And the Scots. We've all been big drinkers. No matter where you come from. It's really, But I understand, Dylan, yeah. Well, we've been to Ireland once. We went over for a wedding this year, and the bars were more, but mainly with visitors, man, in the Guinness bars. Hello, Ben. Hope you well. Ben. I mean, Ben Diamond, not Bend. Um, so basically, we need to get you healthy and happy because you can't be happy. I don't think I've ever seen a happy alcoholic. When you go into bars, you know yourself. Um, People are miserable. Oh, it's fantastic. That Jumping Jack Calf. Thanks very much for that super chat, Jumping Jack. Um, and Jack says, "Hi Steve, thanks for your time and hope no rat bastards tonight." Strange one. Do you live in the same flat when you were in addiction? I do actually, but I've got another property somewhere else. But yes, it's quite good. Funny enough, when I went to hospital, I couldn't go back to the flat because it was just a mess. So I lived elsewhere for a while, and I just told a builder friend of mine, I said, take everything out of the flat, everything, all the clothes, just everything, and gutted it. And I paid him a few grand. I hadn't spent any money when being in hospital. I had a pension, see, and I gave him a lot of money, and he just gutted the place because it was in such a mess. The floor in the bathroom had gone down. It just sunken, really. There's no electricity. There was nothing. I was living in squalor. I would have been better off on the streets, actually, to be fair. You know what I mean? Not much. It's massive amount, £5. Thanks very much. Cheers. Anybody else wants to support the channel, and please do. Which I did with a super chat or buy me a coffee link. The more support we get, the better. As you know, I'll keep the channel running, get better and bigger, and help more people. That's what we're here for. It's massive amount, Jumping Jack. Thanks so much for that. I really appreciate it. Pixel, miserable aloud. Yeah, miserable in the morning, happy at night. Roger, you're happy? Good. That's good. I was never happy as a drinker. Not sorry, a social drink is fine. When I got to the point of addiction, I was never happy. Most of the people I see in the pubs now, I'm talking about Wetherspoons, really. I go in there, it's cheap, and I know a couple of people in there. I go there, give them a bit of advice, actually, that they ask for and never take it, but never mind. They look pretty pissed off with life, to be honest. They're down on the look, generally, and they look fucking 80, not 60. I'm so doing two chats at once, and I just post a comment about Guinness Zero on the political discussion chat. Well, that's all right. What was it about? It's interesting now because I'm trying to get Guinness to sponsor the channel. They don't sponsor me, and it's big enough bed, but they are a big. It's a big hit. This Guinness Zero, I have to say. But like you said earlier, somebody mentioned there, be careful with the zeros. But whatever works for you, this is the thing, isn't it? And people going about exercise and diet. The first thing you've got to do is get sober, stay sober. I've got an ebook out. It's only £5.99. Have a look at that. It's just a handy guide because I know for a fact that I was so close to death. Every day is a good day now. And the advice I give is from the heart and it's honest, not made up. All my carry on with drinks all documented. And I'm surprised I'm still even the consultant is, to be honest. Stoic, no such thing as not much, mate. Exactly. Yeah, 100%. Thanks, John Jack. It's fantastic to get a donation like that. Helps the channel go and keeps the lights on, does it work? And I think we've saved a few lives, to be honest. I really do, between us as a group as well, because people come on here, got advice, and it's not just me here. There's 16,000 subscribers thereabouts now, and the comments I've got from people, people like Stuart and Urban, regular people, very clever people, more clever than I am. We've all got different skills, and the wisdom that you get from people is quite unreal. I learn something every single day. Blackstone, no, I don't drink. I don't know how people get up in the morning after drinking so much extra something. I was just talking to my partner about that, Blackstone. How the hell did I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, walk through Epping Forest, get a train at 5 minutes past 5 a.m., get to work as a police officer in central London with a bit of rank? How did I do it? I know how. I was strong and fit and very strong in the mind. And I used to have a very good recovery time. I was so fit, but as I got older, it was more difficult. And the stress you put yourself under when you're working, just to survive, really. You're under so much stress when you're trying to perform. When you perform, because you don't, this thing about Functional alcoholics. Is there such a thing? I don't think there is. I don't believe there is such a thing as functional alcoholic. I think it's a made up thing, you know. I don't believe it's true. I think it's one of these things where people say, I'm all right, you know, because I'm not as bad as the other person. But we're not functioning at anywhere near 100%, are we? 10 to 15 after a good session, I would say. Nothing is good about it, is it? Plymouth 2000. Good evening, Stephen. Well, impressed with you for grinding these lives at me. No problem, Plymouth. Thanks very much. Thanks for you all to come on as well, because it's Christmas time. A lot of people will be busy, but there's also a lot of people that will be out there and they'll be alone. Then that's the time we need to support them. We need to support each other, don't we? Because it's so damn easy to go back into it and go straight into the pub again. Because you see people coming out there having a laugh, you think their lives are fantastic. They're not really having a laugh, because I always weren't particularly good with it when we're drinking. It was always a carry on. Blackstone, I always like to say functioning, not thriving, and functioning until you are not. Yeah, I don't think I was in the end. It's horrendous when you get to the point where you need a drink to have a wash, to have a shower, to function at all. You know? Leila, how are you doing? I hope you're okay. You need a drink because you don't want to fall over. You need a drink because you think you're going to have a seizure. It's torture, isn't it? I met an old friend today. He's had an aneurysm, and he survived it. And he was saying, I watch your videos now. He never used to until he was ill. And he said, God, it's incredible how many people comment. How many people have got a problem. But he started drinking a zero now. And it just shows you that people who are watching it, who you don't even know. And there's people who have watched and have gone to me who had never ever thought I had a drink problem. It's so widespread, isn't it? If you don't mind me asking, how does your missus feel about you doing the YouTube? It was her idea. Because when I met her over 2 years ago, I said, what are you going to do with your life? Because she's quite a busy person, a bit younger than me, quite a lot actually. However, very ambitious girl. And I said, well, I don't do much. I've got a quite good pension, that sort of thing. So I'm older than I look. And I said, what were you good at? I said, I was good at two things. One was the police in London, which I couldn't go back to, and the other one was drinking. But I can't drink now. So why don't you look at doing something with the drink and try and help some people? And that's how it came about. About 20 months ago now, yeah. So 2 years in the next April. So it hasn't been going that long as far as YouTube channels are concerned. It's got a lot of subscribers because it's quite an honest thing, I think. A lot of regulars going. Hi, Simona, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Jack with the boy. Merry sober Christmas, everyone. Thanks, Jack. Randy Smith, greetings from Calgary again. Hi, how are you doing? How's Canada? 2 days away from 24 years. So that's incredible, 24 years. Don't miss it at all. Merry Christmas, everyone. Now, I think 24 years on here must be a record. So I think Mr. Smith has got the record on here, without a doubt. Listen, everything goes to pot with drinking hygiene, money, relationship, destructive stuff. Everything. You write down, and everything should be in capital letters. Nothing goes well when it's mixed with alcohol. Nothing at all. It's very destructive, and it'll take you down fast and snow for take. Stoic went to the in-laws yesterday on my own, as the wife was at work. My mum and dad-in-law both told me that they are very proud of me for all I've overcome. Pure gratitude. Fantastic. Well done. It's nice to hear that, isn't it? And people say to me, oh, you look well. I think, do I? There's a woman who lives in the same plot of flats here. So I thought you were dying 4 years ago. It's amazing how you've turned your life around. And when people say that, you feel really good, don't you? You should feel really proud of yourself when you're not drinking, instead of feeling, oh God, I'm not drinking. Everyone's going to think, oh, boy, you're so strong if you can fight this. You're dangerous, in fact, because your mind's strong, your body's strong, and you can do anything if you can beat this addiction. Believe you me. You'll turn your life around very quickly if you can get off the grog. It's as simple as that. I'm grateful for my sobriety and for the chat. It's kept me on track some days when something would trigger a craving. Well, that's good, Urban Axe, yeah. That's what you're for, to try and keep people on the straight and narrow. Because I said earlier, I'm sure I've helped people get off it, and they wouldn't have been here now. Because just a little thought, a little comment from one of you on here will resonate with somebody and think, God, I'm like him, I'm like her, she's the same, I'm going to stop. I'm not going to have a drink today. And when you're at the off license or the shop, you think, actually, I remember that chat that guy did, and there was somebody called Stoic or Samara or Urban or Loomis mentioned something, and they were right, and that'll keep you off the booze. And I wish I'd seen it when I was drinking, because it's connection, isn't it? I thought it was the only person who couldn't drive down a motorway because I was hungover, because I was anxious. I was the only person who couldn't go on the underground because I was anxious. I thought I was the only person who couldn't fly. There's thousands of us, probably millions of people who are suffering because of alcohol, or have suffered to some degree. Robin Pearson, how are you? What sort of income does YouTube generate per month to you? No idea. You'll have to do some research on that one. Everyone's different. So yeah, once you're sober, your anxiety will disappear, your health will improve, your relationships, if you've got any, or you want any, will improve. You might just want a bit of peace time, and you can relax with a drink. That's one of the biggest benefits, I think, to relax with alcohol, and if you're able to sleep properly, and you're reliable as well. Yeah? So I forgot to ask. I was asking about relationships. It was Dylan. You need to be reliable before you start relationships, because women generally, or men as well, they want reliability. If they're going to get a train at 6 o'clock in the morning, they might want to lift. You've got to be available, otherwise they'll not last long. It won't last long at all. Bloomis, God bless you and your missus. I'm sure your channel means a lot to a lot of people. I know it does me. Thanks very much, Bloomis. I appreciate that. Clive Alive, as Kenneth Williams said, everyone is having a better time than me, but where's the party? Yeah. I'm having the best time of my life. Sober. I had some fantastic experiences in London and Europe when I was a younger man, and I had a really good job. But I met some fantastic people. I met the royal family numerous times. Prime Ministers also when I was in the police. I'm not going into too much detail, but I've met the top, as it were, if there's a top. None of that was important to me at the time. It was all drinking. I wanted to get off, go over a drink, go for a drink. So I ended up dating 2 women in rehab. Trust me, never works. Everything goes to ratchet once you're out of the bubble. You end up trying to fighting for sobriety for 2 people when the other one slips. Yeah, it's not good, that is it? No, thanks for sharing that, Samara. You've got to be sober to do anything properly in life, haven't you? Okay, so back to the topic of zero drinks. I mean, most do have 0.05 alcohol, but Corona Sunbrew actually has 0. I didn't know that one. So, 0.05 is about the same as some fruits have it. I think a lot of foods have about that 0.05. It shouldn't do any harm, but don't drink it if you would. I would say to people, it doesn't harm me, and my liver function's all right. So, as long as it doesn't lead you down the wrong path, that's the thing, isn't it? You could also say a lot of sodas and cokes and all that sort of carry on. They've got a lot of sugar and that sort of business. It's going to be bad all around. Just be sensible with your diet, really. In EA, I have heard dating with the group being called Step 13. Don't do it. Dating. Mouthwash has more than that. Well, there you go. Yeah, mouthwash. Yeah, but don't drink mouthwash, obviously. But I get your point. I do get your point. I hope you benefit from these lives. If you do, please hit the super chat button, as a couple of people have, and or the buy me coffee links there to support the channel. Because the more support we get, the more we do, and it helps it keep running. And I think we're doing pretty well with the lives overall. I think 6 months, maybe 5 months. It's been a solid group of people in here. We need to get a few more involved. I don't know how we're going to do that, but if you know anybody who's suffering, then get on here. A lot of people don't want to comment these things because they feel embarrassed. But nobody should feel embarrassed about where they've been. We're all adults, aren't we? At least hope we all. Pixel. So I had a mental wobble the other day. I felt anxious about the years I'd wasted and opportunities squandered. Had to give myself a good talk to. Everyone has regrets. Okay? But I mean, when I went through in the hospital, I was saying, God, I wish I'd just done this, I wish I'd done that. I blamed the people in my head, And as I said, if you can come out with this, you're a fighter, and you cannot really turn the clock back. It's done. What's done is done. You know, it is what it is now. It's a new chapter in your life. Close the door behind you on the old one, and really go at it now, because we haven't got long to go. You know, you're only on the planet a short time, and that's very important. Remember that when you wake up and think, God, I'm still alive. Ronnie Smith, by drinking 0% alcohol, would it not trigger something in your brain? I am like you see, my next drink would be my last. It didn't with me, but it might with some people. So it's a question of just being sensible, because some people might, and I've done this myself, and it wasn't zero, it was years ago, about 20 years ago, or more now. I spoke with my wife. I met this woman who drank a bit, and I had these, what are they like, 2% things, right? I convinced myself that 3 or 4% would be all right, and it wasn't. But zero's been all right. So, you know, be careful. This is probably the best advice I can give. But yeah, no, my next drink would be my last, 100%. My body's knackered. Well, I didn't knackered as fit as long now, but inside, you know what I mean? Even one drinking causes problems with the liver. And also, you also get tired when you're drinking. You get irritable, you become a nasty person, but your personality changes. You know, I've never had such a good time, Disney. Thanks so much, Bloomus. That's really good of you. Can we get someone else to do a super chat? Let's support you. Thanks so much, Bloomus. I really appreciate that. Cheers for all of your support on here. Yes, we else did one earlier, and it's really good. Thanks so much. And nice to see you again from overseas. That's really good. Thanks so much. Stoic, thanks for that about Robin. Yeah, it's something to do with him, isn't it? I totally agree. Thanks for the backup there, Stuart. Thanks again, Bloomus, top man, and really appreciate the support I get. And you know, it keeps things working, it keeps this going, and it keeps things ticking over. And thankfully, I haven't got any trolls on tonight, which is a bit strange last night. All the rat people, isn't it? But I've got some fantastic people on here. It's very knowledgeable people. So when you watch the videos, the other people comment on the videos. If you need any help, you know, get in touch with them, but get in touch with me, because I do this one-to-one mentoring thing as well. It's helped a lot of people stay off it, because I do tell the truth. And the truth hurts, doesn't it? And I don't think the doctors do tell the truth. Going back to the few doctor's visits I had over the years gone by, the advice I got was, try and cut down, drink shandy. What's all that about? I said I've got an alcohol problem. Well, just moderate it until I got really near the end, and then I'd be taken to hospital. Bloomus, it's the least I can do, man. The time you put into this, and it's amazing. And thanks so much, Bloomus. Nice message there. It's the least I can do. The time you put into this, man, it's amazing. And I hope it helps. Like I say, I'm sure it will on some cause. I'm sure some people watch and listen, be a bit curious, but I know one thing: it has to be taken more serious than some government departments are taking, especially the NHS, where they've just got less and less support, really, less and less help. Drug addicts, we're all drug addicts, aren't we? Jumping Jack, you're fine there. So it's Bloomus and Jumping Jack, top supporters there. Jumping Jack, yes. Sorry, don't be sorry for anything. Making the most of joining rather than a catch up. I know 0% on for everyone, but is there a brand that you don't like? Not a fan of zero red wine, but I love the real stuff. I never drank wine, so I wouldn't drink any Heineken. The Guinness has got a bit of taste. That's the only reason I drink that. It's got nice. I think it's got quite a nice taste. It's quite thirst quenching. Thanks to Jumping Jack. I don't know about wines. Stoic, thanks, Bloomus. Samara, when we are drinking, we have zero respect for our bodies and health. We don't give a shit about poisoning our system. When we stop, wow, Kathy, that's fantastic. Kathy's just put a sort of chat in there, $10. Thanks so much, Kathy. You've been a massive supporter again. And Bloomus and everybody else. It's quite humbling to get the support, really is. And I hope I've helped a few people along the way. Really good, thank you. Samara, when we don't mind poisoning our bodies, that's the power of alcohol. It is the power of addiction, isn't it? Yeah. Urban, Randy, yes, It could. I'm over a year sober and did those drinks a few times. But it was a bit triggered due to the social scene. I wanted more, not the zero ones. Yeah, I mean, if it's affecting you like that, that's not good, is it? You know, you've got to be careful with it. Obviously, you know, you've got to be able to think, well, um, this will be all right for me. Be control it. You know. Thanks again, Kathy, Blue Mist, and Jumping Jack Flash for your super chats. Fantastic. Um, Thanks, Kathy. Leslie. So, some call it the pink cloud. Really, Sabati, and why they recommend no relationships early on. Yeah, I could see that, Leslie. Thanks for that. 100%. Joe, hi all. I'm dropping a new video soon about Christmas drinking, and a guy who will definitely be kissing imaginary women underneath the mistletoe, available at Picky Rick. Okay, I'll have a look at that. So, Mana, yeah, thanks, Mr. Bloomis. 2000, Mr. 2000. Oh, Blackstone, thanks so much for that. A lot of super chats coming now. Really good. Makes a massive difference, this, you know, and keeps us going. Thanks so much, Blackstone. You've been a massive supporter, as a lot of people have here. Ronnie Smith, congratulations on 1 year. Keep going. Yeah, your year is great. Cheers again, Blackstone. Jonathan Gould, hello all. How are you doing? Nice to see you in here. A couple of days before Christmas. So we'll keep doing up to Christmas and after, because people will need help. Joe, just subscribe, mate. Oh, that excellent. Well done. Thanks for that. Anybody else subscribe, please check in with the videos. And there's nearly 2,000 videos now, which is a hell of a catalogue, isn't it? I must do a lot of talking. Some of those are short, so you know, but there's a lot of old ones that got some good information in, not just from me, but from other people who comment. And I kept stressing that, because there's a lot of people on there who've got, you know, had problems. Urban, I have some dating advice from experience. If you're trying to quit, don't date the loudest drunk at the local pub. It's true. So, Leslie, I've definitely red and missed when the drunken ex-partner wrecked my flat. I bet. Yankee Zulu High School, which day do you think is worse for an alcoholic? Christmas Day or New Year's Eve? Christmas Day. Christmas Eve. The build-up, really. New Year's Eve, you can think towards the future. Happy holidays, Stephen, from Leslie. You know my fondness. Oh, thanks so much, Leslie. It's incredible to get these sort of chats in. Brilliant. Thanks, Leslie, and you've been a massive supporter. You know my fondness for you. Thanks, Leslie. I really appreciate that. My fondness for you too. Lucy Lou, I agree. They told me about the caliber a good few years ago. Some say they're alcohol free, but they do contain nutrient and alcoholic, but any problems. Okay, Lucy, I'll take that on board. Yeah, caliber was a funny one, wasn't it? Yeah, it's incredible. So let's put another super chat in there. Fantastic, Lizzie. Porky, Parry, if these donations keep going, we could get around for all. Yeah, not in London. I was in London last week, £15.60. The Argyle Arms, that was at the London Palladium, for one can of the Guinness Zero and two small Cokes. Craig, isn't it? Just get it. How you ship, mate. I like the little emoji there, Lizzie. Thanks so much. Thanks to everyone who support. It makes a big difference, like I said. Keeps the channel going. And I was just saying the other day, actually it was earlier today, got nearly 16,000. We could get 20,000 by about March, 20,000 subscribers, and then get 100,000. I think that's when you get a little plaque. I feel still alive by then. Yeah, thanks again, Sub, for that. I haven't seen Kathy on for a while. I haven't seen Billy Bassett fella for a while. Or Johnny the Traveller. I've emailed a few of them, but I haven't got anything back. Messaged them. Pixel 60, don't forget to click the like button, Stephen. Thanks very much. Really good of you all to help me out like this and help the channel keep going. So we'll enter 2026 even stronger. That's the goal. And we can get our lives back on track, can't we? Become stronger, healthier, more able to look after ourselves and other people. Good evening, Sub. You started aboard. I see a real super guy. Thanks, Joe. Urban, I hope Birdie B is doing okay. And me too, because he was a character, but he seemed a bit fragile, wasn't he? You wouldn't follow him into battle. I remember when we were at 2,000 subscribers. Well done, Stephen. 2,000, that's fantastic, isn't it, Leslie? To go from 2,000 to 16. So let's keep going, eh? Cheers, Leslie. Lucy Lou, Heard that to try shandy stop. Yeah, crackers. Yeah, you've heard that as well. That was from a doctor. Or if you tell yourself I'm cutting down by doing so, it's not going to work. We will stop drinking brandy and go down to martinis. It's crackers, isn't it? I agree, Lucy Lou. I've never had such a. But part of the time couldn't believe it. She said, "You tell him to drink the shandy when he's an alcoholic." I had to walk out with the doctors. Absolutely, absolute madness. Lewis, have you ever done any drunk driving? That is a line I never crossed. I probably did as a teenager. Back in the day, it was a long time ago. I lived in a very rural area, but I didn't have any problems, thankfully. It wasn't a regular thing, I have to say. But I remember speaking to a taxi driver I knew 40 years ago in my whole town called Morpeth in Northumberland. And I had a bit of, did a bit of chat with him. And you know how you sort of go back in the past. And he said, I remember you always had a woman with you and you were always drinking more than everybody else. I had a bad reputation then. So don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. It helps the channel, and hit the notification bell very hard. And think it's Rick's head. Right, that's good. Thanks, Samara. Stop laughing anyway. Moving on. Thanks, Samara. I appreciate that. Yeah, so Bloomis, I think we did drink drive. A lot of us did in the 80s and 90s. But not now. Obviously, it's much more frowned upon, and it's dangerous, isn't it? You don't want to lose any lives over drink driving. Just good for people that are risking going to the pub. Remember that if you sit in a hairdresser's long enough, you eventually get a haircut. That's true enough. Yeah. True, Joe. That's very true. Stoic. Laughing a minute. Head. I can neither confirm or deny. But Mr. Lovely to see you, Smellman. Do it more often. I'm often smiling, but I try to keep a straight face, and it's hard sometimes. But as we all get to know each other better, it will manifest itself more appropriately. Watch some of the politicians and think, I could do a better job than them sometimes. So good you all. What's happening with this country? The price of goods in the UK, or maybe it's the whole of Europe, I don't know. But I'll tell you what, it's not stopping people filling the trolleys with alcohol. Jeez, the amount of people are filling the gear up. Portpenny, Newcastle, London, you never stood a chance, mate. Yeah. I did one in 20 to 25 years in London. It was good. Well, I lived in the centre of London for a while. Then I worked in the centre of London and moved out. I think it was nice. Nice place, I think. Lucy Lou been a big help to me also. Thanks, Lucy. Appreciate you. I believe Zero Guinness is safe too. Yeah, I think it is. I mean, the partner keeps saying, there's a few calories in it. There's only 94 calories in it. Let's believe it or not, my birthday is on New Year's Eve. Fantastic, eh? Biggest party night of the year. Ironic, now that I'm sober. Yeah, just a bit, but New Year's Day be fresh as a daisy, won't you? That's the bonus, you see. When you're tempted to think, I'll just have one because everyone else is having a drink, you know that one's going to really knock you off your purchase, and you've got to maybe fast forward a bit to how ill you were and that'll stop you drinking. That's what I do. 2000 prices in Denmark have gone up too, especially on beef, really. Why is everything going up so quick? Is it profiteering or something else? Joe Scott, I'm 13 years sober in March. $100 a week is always hilarious to me. Yeah, once a year, drinkers used to come in the Met Police. The suits used to come out of the offices and get hammered. And as I say, it was as coppers, we pay your wages and all this, but the amount of people thrown in the back of the van is countless, Marcia, I like to see you smell humorous, cheap and medicine. It's true, but you better as well, isn't it? When I was back in the 80s, when drunk driving had not gotten the stigma yet, it was still common to hear people bragging about how they don't remember driving home. Yeah, you're right there, man. So dangerous. It's wonderfully to wake up sober and not vomit. Yeah, all that bile, I used to cough, and I used to get the bile. I used to quite enjoy coughing. It's bizarre. My mental health suffered massively with alcohol. Story, the curse of modernity is, I think that's how you pronounce it, is that we are increasingly populated by a class of people who are better at explaining than understanding, or better at explaining than doing. That's true. Yeah, a lot of people want to mouth off, but don't actually do anything about it. Hall Mavic, why are sober alcoholics so hard on the alcoholics? I don't think we are. There seems to be no mercy. I worked with homeless alcoholics, but nowadays sober alcoholics seem to be Triumphatoric. There's like some big words in here. Remember majority. That's a new word, isn't it? Triumphatoric. Triumphant, maybe. Anyway, Pixel 68, it's good waking up and not having to think who I offended. Yeah. It's good waking up and think, and also not having to get another drink. The anxiety having to try, wake up and think, oh, I've got to get another drink before I feel even worse. It's not good, is it? Before you feel even worse. Leslie, my lifelong struggle with depression and anxiety is gone now that I'm 7 years sober. See, what a difference. You feel a different person, Leslie. You'll be better than when you were young. I don't mean better, but you know what I'm saying. You feel better, you live better. All of it, you sound like someone we know. Can't be him again. If it is Rick, you should just be honest and join us, you know what I mean? If we've got drink problems, we've got drink problems, Blue Leslie, let's go. 100% Leslie, yeah. 7 years sober, your life will never be better until another day sober. Because when you're drinking, you go to bed and think, I hope I feel better tomorrow. But you never do. You never feel any better. Samara, I reported my car stolen overnight. The police turns out it was parked on the curb outside a Chinese restaurant where they had taken the keys off me. Very embarrassing. Well, at least it didn't get nicked, which is a good bonus. But everything's cambered now. I got a ticket recently for the mobile phone. I never ever used the mobile phone. It was on the dash, but if you press it like you're pressing music, you can get done now. Very careful mobile phones now. Randy, congratulations on 7 years. Leslie, it's absolutely amazing, really, to get that far. And, proud of you. Very proud of you. To get to that level, 7 years is amazing. And just keep it going. The more you're sober, then the better chance you're going to be sober for life, which is fantastic. Hello, Mark, Rick, it always rhymes. Huh. Rick hasn't got the time. I don't know how people have got the time to come on here to just look at other things. These troll folk. I can't work it out. I was saying about it today. Well, why would you bother? It's quite funny, isn't it? Leslie, thanks, folks. Never thought I could do it. Well, you've done it. It's amazing. I didn't think I could do 7 minutes at one point. It's incredible how you can, once you hit this level of feeling better, you don't want to go back. George says, Samara, sober starts good and much, but sober far. Yeah. Troll folk. Yeah, trolls are little funny things with spike, yeah. It's like been a funny week, maybe it's because of Christmas. But we have to keep healthy, because we'll never laugh. I'm healthy. But if we're all pissed up in here or feeling really depressed, I'm depressed, Steve, I'm doing all that. That's no good, is it? Once you get sober, you become happy. And I'm 100% on that, because the people I've known who've actually managed to get sober, which is few and far between, mind, they have a much better life. And it's amazing how you attract better people in your life. I'm not about relationships, just more positive energy from people. So I became a troll last Tuesday, apparently. I've been made to feel like a terrorist or rapist. All I was doing was exposing a fraud. Right, okay. I don't know what that's all about, Joe. Let us know if you want what that's about. So just focus on your sobriety. Just, I've said before, it's not like losing a leg. You just got to be mindful of taking that first drink is going to cause you problems. Do your drink pals resent you for his sobriety? They hate me, but resent me. They actually class me as an outcast now. I don't even speak to them. Even the partners don't speak to me now. So they seem to think I've done so well and my life's been so easy. I haven't got a fucking clue what I've been through in the past, especially in the police. People on here know what I mean. Okay, Joe. Why do you do this, Stephen? Why are you helping out people? It was my partner's idea. She said, he's quite a selfless sort of guy, generous bloke. Why didn't you, do something with your experience? And that's why I volunteered to do some hospital stuff as well, and to, help people out, really. And it's worked well for me and for everybody. Really. And I've had some fantastic messages from people, thanks, you saved my son's life, or you turned my life around, saved my marriage, all this sort of thing. Rick was asking me to go to his house for straight. Shame on you, Joe. Please repent your sins. TK, people who know you are always in disbelief that you're sober because they can't comprehend not having booze in their life. Definitely, yeah. There's a lot of jealousy about it as well, in life. Pixel 60, I'm definitely eating better food choices. And of course, massive difference. There's no posh alcoholics, Prosecco or Stella makes no difference. Exactly. Save me sub. Yeah, I totally agree. There's no posh alcoholics. It's just trying to get down the neck. And it's not. It's not going to do you any good, is it? Just that one. It's almost that one, isn't it? I mean, I relapsed badly 5 times, and it was all because I just have one. I'll be all right. Because we think we can control it. We can't control it. Why? I don't know. But it's really bad. Take it's really true. Randy, I think that when you become sober, the trick is to have no regrets. You can't change the past when you move forward. Yeah. As I said before, you can't turn the clock back. Okay? Being wind it up again. And also, when you get well again, and you will get well if you follow this, what we're doing, and listen to all the knowledgeable people in here, you need to put some, not just years on your life span, you need to put some life into your years so you can travel, you can do stuff, you can meet people, you can help. And there's a lot of, like we said, for helping out, you get a lot of buzz from that. And you get a lot of buzz from people who walk down the street, shoulders back, head high, and have no regrets about the last week or the last year, or whatever, and be confident again. Your personality comes back again. Yes, that's what I'm trying to come to terms with. Yeah, you can't change the past. And forget about that regrets pixel. Because with time, the many regrets will fade. That's a very good point, yeah. Because you've got more to look forward to. You've got a new life, a better life. So I think we become very vulnerable when the euphoria we get when we stop drinking wears off and complacency becomes alcohol's best friend. Yeah, you're right there, man. Yeah, you feel fit again, don't you? Oh, getting the boozer. See what's going on. Most boozers are rubbish. Joe, the past will become your greatest asset. That's a good point. Because I look back at the past and I God, I don't want to do that again. Well, it wasn't actually easy last Christmas. See what my brain did there? Pink cloud comes and goes. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Nothing's easy in life. We've all got problems, serious problems sometimes, but you can deal with them in a more structured manner. Strike to Rick, no one was ever injured by the truth, but he persists in self-deception and ignorance is injured. Marcus Aurelius, well said, good quote that. Pixel, your comment about attracting more positive people in your life is true. Yeah, you become more of a beam of light. You stand out. Your skin will glow. Your teeth are better. Your hair's better. Your clothes are better. You've maybe got a little bit more money. I don't know about you, but I drank in central London for most of my life. It was very, very expensive. Boy, every day and everywhere, I'm getting better. Frank Spencer. Isn't it really weird that I googled him on a train the other day and I was over London for some reason? Somebody mentioned something about can only do better. So Frank Spencer, is he still alive now? Yeah. Story, very good point. This, yeah. No one will ever be injured by the truth. Very true. Frank Spencer, everybody. Oh yeah, every day and everywhere I'm getting better. That was quite a funny series. Frank Spencer, wasn't it? Not that many people remember actually. Oh Betty. What was the baby called in Frank Spencer? Oh, I can't remember. Jemima or something. I can't remember. Anyway, moving on again. So what we're going to do is, for those who are struggling, get in touch with me or get in touch with anybody else, and let's push you forward into sobriety because it's a much better life. Leslie Urbanangst, I knew the pink cloud well. By the way, I love your name. It's a lady as well, Leslie, I don't know if you knew that. Sounds like a geezer, but it's not. Doesn't Jessica, that's right. Jessica, well done. Well done, well done. Talk about tangents. Anyway, he's a good bloke, Frank Spencer, I believe. He's one of those, a bit like me, really. Tries his best. I'm better than that now. So we give up one thing to gain everything else. Don't worry about getting back what you lost. Everything automatically falls back into place at the right time. Just love yourself and know you're worth it. Yeah, that's a good quote as well. When you think you've got nothing to get from the past, have you? You've got nothing to gain either from worrying too much about the future. So live life as it is, Betty have been articulated. Bloomis, do you British guys celebrate on the 24th, 25th here in Denmark? We go on the evening of the 24th. To be honest with you, Bloomis, for a lot of people, it's a whole week of celebration. But 25th is Christmas Day. But most people start drinking early December until mid-January, then they join the gym, go twice and pack it in. I don't know what's like in Denmark, but it's a mess at the moment over here. Thanks, Leslie. I have actually moved from the city to a small coastal town, so at some point we'll have to change the YouTube monitor. Words of wisdom talk, yeah, clever bloke. You see what you learn? Always learn something every day. All you'd be doing now, if you were still drinking this, about your next drink. That's all you'd be doing. All you'd be doing. Marcia, 24th to 2nd of January. Yeah, that's roughly it, isn't it? Yeah. After New Year's Day. Joe, Santa down the chimney at exactly 0.01 seconds since the 25th. The 25th. Yeah, that's when it all starts. Well, actually all finishes, isn't it, really? So all this massive build up to Christmas Day, and then people have too much to eat, too much to drink. They go to the pub between 11 and 3 or 12 or 2 in the old days with daft Christmas jumpers on, smelling of Packer Rabanne or Jupe or something like that, which I've actually just bought from this Jupe. It's quite nice aftershave. And everyone just had a few drinks just to get them over the hangover, and then they go home and fall asleep. What a waste of time. And by Monday, everyone's trying to rush to Asda for something to do because they're so bored. That's about it, really, isn't it? That's Christmas. A waste of time. That's when Australia is a proper word magician, salt of the earth type geezer, cold blimey trousers, cold blimey governor. It was nice to go back to London actually the other day, but really at home there again. Although it was very quiet and when I look back, it was always very, very, very busy, very quiet. Paul, Wetherspoons is open from 11 till 3 this Christmas Day. Yeah, I saw that in the local Wetherspoons the other day. But I won't be going. Well, I might pop in for one, get a zero, and see all the old sweats in there. Ignore me. My son saw a video of a guy getting a train to different places in the UK and being disbelieved at how run down everything is. We need to get strong to survive. I said it the other week, yeah, it's a survival of the fittest here, isn't it? And it's going to get worse. Richard, how are you doing, Richard? Hi, Stephen. Doing well, mate? Good. Survival of the fittest. You've got AI coming, you've got all these job losses, you've got a massive recession looming. We're already in it. And, it's like, wow. If we don't look after ourselves, how are we going to survive? Because there's a lot of problems. You see it when you walk around. I think just about every day you go shopping, somebody's shoplifting. I've seen so many the police are now classing them as minor crimes. Shoplifting used to be dealt with quite robustly in the 80s and 90s, not now. There's loads of crime going on every single day. But you don't do anything with figures, but I know the figures are high. Next, some folks I know celebrate on the 7th, per the Julian calendar. The 25th is a Georgian. By the way, there are also 2 St. Patrick's Days, because I didn't know that. See? Very informative, this channel, isn't it? This should go. I mean, I know you can do repeats, but I think it should get pushed more. I don't know how I'm going to push it. I think we're talking for over an hour. There's a lot of information here. Pokie under 200 quid, no charge. Yeah, it was like that when I was about years ago. If it wasn't high value. Richard Hope, Chester isn't too cold. Richard Hope, Chester isn't too cold. Is that another one? It can't be him again. He must be quite clever to do all these different channels and emails. Leslie, I so admire the years you put into police work. Thanks, Leslie. I enjoyed Central London. It was good. It was very interesting area. Joe, scared Christmas is all about the winter equinox. It's so simple. Pagan in origin, or the Druids. Probably Harry Boathouse. Which verse are you talking to me? So, I don't know what the Boathouse thing is all about. So we need to try and chase up a few regulars who should be missing a little bit. Well, no, I think we're doing about an hour there. It's been quite a lively chat again. No trolls. I don't know if this Rick guy's on, but Rick, if he doesn't need help, then it's not this. Where does Rick come from? I don't even think he's on here. You can't have 12 aliases, surely. You can't be Joe and Rat Boy and all them. Chester Boathouse, best chef in Chester. Oh, see, right. So, day after the equinox is today, 2 minutes extra daylight. Happy days, 21st, isn't it? Yeah. Is it? No, it's 22nd, isn't it? Bloomis, I have a 17-year-old daughter who wants to become a police officer. Your thoughts on that, Stephen? Is she crazy? No, still a good job. Still a good job if you want to help people and get involved in things. And if you're fit, you've got a very active mind. It's still a good job. It's still very good. So, like Gunther Steiner went to New York. You eating sprouts, Rick? It was minus 24 today. Jesus Christ, that's cold, isn't it? You get a lot of snow, though, won't you? And people whinge here to get a bit of frost on the car. Different level of cold, isn't it? If you do want to support the channel, please do hit the super chat button or buy me a coffee. There's a few people have. A lot of people have actually tonight. It helps the channel grow. It helps us keep strong. And the more we do, the more lives we'll save ultimately. That's the end game. Because once you've lost your health, you've got nothing. You've got to keep your health top of the range. So bold onto this. Sobriety is my my goal. And you have to bold into that. Health's my goal as well. The healthier you get, the stronger you get. Trolls just hover over the comment, click the three dots and the click button, and you don't see the comments. And they don't see us. Okay, thanks, Urban. I think the Stoig and Samorno got rid of quite a few people. But thanks for that, Urban. Joe, Rick, I have a wee video coming out for you soon. I'll have to look at this Joe Skids thing. Have a look at that. Do you know that 70-80% of people in care homes in the UK are only there because of mobility issues, because they didn't do enough exercise and keep strong enough when they were younger? Keep strong. Keep exercising. It'll help you when you get older and you need less care. My mother's 94, still lives independently. If you want to look towards that, get yourself some exercise. Get off the booze, eat well, sleep well, relax. De-stress if you can. Have a nice Randy Smith there. My mother's in Edmonton and they are in deep freeze for sure. Yikes. Minus 24. I suppose you geared up for it there, aren't you? I mean, the UK people buy magic gloves from the garage for £2.50 and a bobble hat. It's different when you're actually geared up for the winter. So Marcia says my mum at 90. It's amazing. Well, that's amazing that Marcia will keep going at 90. Not a lot do that, mind. So we've been very lucky. Pixel, thanks again, Steve, and let everyone stay strong and healthy, of course. Enjoying Christmas with my girl on the phone. Brilliant, that's good. Enjoy the Christmas time and be lucky. That's the game, and that's what my dad used to say. Be lucky. You're only here once, so enjoy it. Have something nice to eat. Speak to your in-laws on the phone. Speak to your parents if you still got them around, and look after yourself. That's the game, isn't it? Because again, another phrase from my mother. If you can't do after yourself, then you can't do after anybody else, and it is the survival of the fittest, 100%. There's nobody going to come and knock on your door and rescue you. You've got to do it yourself. Hi, Stoic. Stay strong, everyone. If you ever get confused, keep it simple. Do what Stephen does. Don't do what Soberstart does. Thanks for that. Keep it simple. It isn't. All the best, Steve. All the best. Was your old fella scored? Yeah, he was. Okay. Yeah, in the north. Marcia, take care, everyone. Lots of love. After living in the prairies and now in coastal BC, it's sure that people here wearing parkas and +5, it's totally different, isn't it? So trolls are the worst, but when they come over from some other sobriety channel here, it's probably a segue. I think the whole thing is weird. It's these troll things. Take care. Thanks, Steve. Stay sober. Thanks, TK. Leslie, thanks very much for coming on, and thanks very much for your donation. Take it a day at a time. Trust me, it's really not a cliche. It's very true, isn't it? One day at a time. It's the only way to do it. Otherwise, you're going to suffer. And we don't want anybody to suffer, do we? We've got the knowledge here between us all to help people, haven't we? Because we've been there. Running a group in PEI, so I know that darkness, Richard. Night all, yeah, we'll say the night, and it's now only a couple of days now. What's the date today? 21st, isn't it? It's 22nd, Jesus. So we've only got tomorrow to get a bit the rest of the Christmas shopping, haven't you? I think I've got just bought most of mine. I don't have to buy lots. My fiancée, Dora, and mother, and her daughter's little one. Not a lot, but these people piling the wine in the trolleys. Jesus Christ. Urban, thank you for the live stream. Stephen Mods and Happy Chat. Take care. Stoic, see you later. Sub, thanks everyone for joining us tonight for a little chat. Take care, safe, and do your best. Good point. Be lucky, and we'll see you all same time tomorrow, yeah? So I'll be Tuesday the 23rd at 7:30. Prompt. I was about 2 minutes late. I'm trying to get there early. Not early, on time. But good night all, yeah. Take it easy, one. I would put a little heart on, but I know what I do. I'll put a few hearts in, yeah. Say then, that's for me. And I'll type out night roll. Oh, and thanks very much again for all of the support, all the donations, and everyone who supported us recently and in the past. And, you know, people like Leslie have been on since we had 2,000 subscribers, and we're hitting nearly 16,000 now. So let's aim for 20 by my birthday, which is the end of February. Around the end of February, anyway. Or say end of March. In case we're going to have a bit of a holiday in February, go to South Africa. Which would be nice, wouldn't it? Get away from the cold. Speak soon, and sleep well. Not you go to bed now, as you have to say. And keep out the boozer, for God's sake. Somebody text you, say, asking you to go for a pint, you say no thanks. I've got a lot better things to do. Speak to you soon. Take care.